In today's episode, we will be looking at an Aztec god who is associated with human sacrifice, the night sky, and most importantly, the jaguar. He is the brother of Huitzilopochtli, Quetzalcoatl, and Tezcatlipoca, the night god Tezcatlipoca. One of the most important deities of the Aztecs is Tezcatlipoca, who is also known as the smoking mirror god. His cult was first brought to central Mexico during the 10th century by the Toltec warriors. Various myths claim that Tezcatlipoca exiled the feather serpent Quetzalcoatl from his home at Tula. He was a Protean wizard who used black magic to kill many Toltecs and force the Quetzalcoatl to drink and sin, which ended the region's golden age. Tezcatlipoca's influence eventually led to the introduction of human sacrifice in Mexico. The animal disguise that Tezcatlipoca used was the spotted skin of his jaguar, which was compared to the sky. He was the creator god of the first world, Tonatiuh, which was destroyed before the universe was created. Due to the destruction of codexes by the priests, there are only a few surviving depictions of Tezcatlipoca. Some have called him an invisible god, though this doesn't mean that there can't be generalizations about his appearance. Tezcatlipoca is often depicted with a missing left leg, as well as a smoking mirror and a black horizontal band across his eyes. The color black is associated with the Tezcatlipoca, and he is often depicted with horizontal bands all over his face, especially in yellow and black. There are also various portrayals of his body being completely black as well. Most commonly, he is depicted wearing a heron feather headdress and various other accessories, including a leather band across his neck and ankles, as well as an armband and bells around his neck and shoulders. In various depictions, Tezcatlipoca is depicted with a shield made of either cotton or feathers, and he holds a spear or arrow in his right hand, surrounded by a fan of feathers. He ruled the modern age, taking over from his brother Quetzalcoatl through trickery. The Aztecs offered him yearly human sacrifices similar to what they did with Tepicted. Despite the lack of a hierarchy in the Aztec pantheon, Tezcatlipoca managed to stand out from his peers. According to the Codex, he was the greatest and the worst of the three sons of the Aztec creator deities Ometecutli and Omequihuatl. The Nahuatl versions of his name refers to his connection to the material used to make mirrors, which were used in prophecy and shamanic ceremonies. Among the various epithets given to him were Titlakawan, or we are his slaves, Impalnemoani, which meant he by whom we live, and Neokyaotl, meaning enemy of both sides. He was also called Tloke Nahuake, or the god of the near and the night, while his other name, Yohuali Ehecatl, meant night wind. Many believe that Tezcatlipoca could transform into a jaguar due to his ability to shapeshift. One of his most powerful qualities was his omnipresence. During his time, people often claim to have encountered him while looking at a large cat. He was often depicted in mirrors, though his power was far beyond that of any mirror. The use of mirrors was not only limited to their reflective capabilities, but Tezcatlipoca performed ritual bloodletting and human sacrifice with the help of obsidian blades. All these rituals were connected to Tezcatlipoca, whether it was through a censer or a natural source such as a hot spring, as the presence of smoke and steam were associated with him. During a clear day, Popocatépetl, which is an active volcano, could be seen from the city, and this would have allowed Tezcatlipoca to keep an eye on the Tenochtitlan. Although Tezcatlipoca was a recurring character in Soul Eater, he was very different from the Aztec deity. In the band Mastodon's song, Jaguar God, the group referenced the character in its lyrics. In the words Smoking Mirrors Black and Lord of the Near and Near were also directly linked to the deity. Tezcatlipoca is a character in Fate Grand Order, a mobile game. In Tokyo After School Summoners, he is also one of the main antagonists, and in 1984, he was featured as an antagonist in the comic Wonder Woman as part of the DC universe. As we dive deeper into Aztec mythology in our quest to understand this civilization a lot more, Tezcatlipoca clearly stands out as one of those unique characters about whom the more we know, the more questions are asked. It was extremely interesting for us to explore the various roles that Tezcatlipoca played in this civilization and in its mythology, and there are a lot more characters who have a relationship with Tezcatlipoca that we will be exploring in the days to come. Until then, this is your host Nitin Nair, reminding you all once again that Mythlok is the home of mythology.